This is Chris Medeos. Like, subscribe to TNW Wrestling on YouTube, subscribe to my other channel, World of Chris, and subscribe to this channel, Chris Medeos, and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and I'll be down there in the description box. And I'm here to do my WWE NXT 2.0 February 15th, 2022 review. And it was Vengeance Day. So it was NXT Vengeance Day. And the first match that kicked off Vengeance Day was the one-on-one match between Pete Dunne and Tony D'Angelo in a weaponized steel cage match. It was a pretty good match. The match lasted about about 13 minutes or something, 15 minutes around that time. It was a pretty good match between the two. I'll give this match a 3 out of 5 stars. It was a good match. Of course, he had the steel cage, and then the weapons that was in it was like a steel chair, tables, trash cans, crowbars, all that stuff, toolboxes, and all that. At one point in this match, we seen Tony hit the superplex onto Pete Dunne off the top of the steel cage, and then at one point in this match, like Pete Dunne was going to win it when he hit the paddle across Tony D'Angelo's back, and then he hit his bitter end onto him, pinned him. He kicked out at 2, and then at one point, Tony D'Angelo almost won the match where he had a low blow onto Pete Dunne, and then his finisher move, I think it was like a fisherman suplex. It looks like the perfect plex, pretty much. But yeah, that's what he hit on him. And then Pete Dunne barely kicking out 2, and it was using a lot of moves. Like at one point, Tony got hit with a buckle bomb through a table by Pete Dunne. But at the very ending of this match, we seen Tony grab a crowbar, and Pete Dunne pretty much grabbed a crowbar from like on the side of a ring post, like wedged into the steel cage or whatever. He grabs that, and then while Tony didn't even see it, Pete Dunne then hit him in the stomach with it, and then hits him upside the back of the head with it, and then picks him up and his bitter end onto him, but this time on like the broken piece of a table, laying him out, and then got the 3 count. So yeah, Pete Dunne defeated Tony D'Angelo in the weaponized steel cage match. Like I said, pretty good match. I'll give that match 3 out of 5 stars. But up next, we're going to see Toxic Attraction defending their NXT Women's Tag Team Championships against Parada and Indy Hartwell. Up next on NXT Vengeance Day. So yeah, so far the first match was pretty good, and then we're going to get into the second match. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Until then. So the next thing that happened on WWE NXT 2.0 Vengeance Day, it was a tag team match. It was the NXT Women's Tag Team Champions Gigi Dolan and JC Jane, Toxic Attraction versus Indy Hartwell and Parada in a tag team match for the NXT Women's Tag Team Championships. It was a pretty good match. At the very ending of this match, before I talk about that, right when Indy and Parada made their entrance and they got into the ring and stuff, while they were still having their entrance play, they got attacked from behind by Toxic Attraction before the bell rung, and then finally the match got underway, and it was a pretty good match. I'll give this match 2 out of 5 stars. Like I said, pretty good match between these two teams. At the very ending of this match, we seen JC Jane throwing Parada into the steel steps, laying her out, and then Indy Hartwell was about to jump off the top rope. But then, while the referee was distracted by Gigi, Jane then tripped up Indy Hartwell, pretty much making her fall back into the ring. She gets kicked upside the head by Gigi, and then Toxic Attraction hit their tag team finisher move onto Indy Hartwell, pinning her for the 3 count. So Toxic Attraction defeated Indy Hartwell and Parada tonight in a tag team match for the NXT Women's Tag Team Championship. So yeah, they retained the titles, and like I said, it was a pretty good match. I'll give that match 2 out of 5 stars. But yeah, pretty good match. So I'll see you guys later until the next thing happens on NXT 2.0. So the next thing that happened on NXT 2.0 Vengeance Day, we had Grayson Waller with some police officers and LA Knight in the ring. And Grayson Waller trying to get LA Knight arrested for a few attacks that he did a few weeks ago and everything. He was showing evidence and all that stuff. And, he had the paper talking about, he failed to follow, the distance from coming close to him and all that. So that's what Grayson Waller was saying, trying to get him arrested and everything. And then the cops, about to arrest him or whatever. But then LA Knight said, I know y'all trying to do y'all's job, but I got some evidence of myself too. And then it shows Grayson Waller attacking him a few weeks ago as well. And he said, well, as I can see on this paper, it says that I cannot attack Grayson Waller, and Grayson cannot attack me as well. And then the cops looks and then straight up walks away. So, in situations like that, I guess they can walk away, I guess, in real life. but yeah, just saying, they ain't gonna never do that or whatever. But, they walked away, and then, Grayson Waller was like, guys, arrest him or whatever. And then he turns around and then he gets beat down by LA Knight, getting stumped in the corner and everything. And then his bodyguard was trying to come up, get us on the ring apron. LA Knight then knocks him off the ring apron, grabs Grayson Waller, throws him over the top rope, but his bodyguard caught him, so he landed on his feet. And then that was the end of that segment. Pretty good segment between the two guys. But then backstage we see Indy Hartwell talking to Portia Parada. And, Dexter Loomis comes up, she walks away with him, and then Duke Hudson comes up, and Parada walks away with him. So, yeah, stuff going on right there. But up next, it looks like it will be Cameron Grimes versus Carmelo Hayes in a one-on-one match for the NXT North American Championship up next on Vengeance Day. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Until then. So the next thing that happened on NXT 2.0 Vengeance Day, it was a one-on-one match. It was the NXT North American Champion Carmelo Hayes with Trick Williams at ringside versus Cameron Grimes one-on-one for the NXT North American Championship. And this match was a pretty good match. At one point we seen Trick saving Carmelo, where we seen Cameron Grimes running, jumping off the ring apron, trying to hit the cave-in onto Carmelo, but then Trick pushes Carmelo out the way, and then he gets hit with the move, getting laid out. And then at the very ending of this match, we seen, Cameron Grimes, we see Carmelo got a crossface locked on to Cameron Grimes, trying to make him tap out. And Cameron Grimes was going towards the bottom rope, but then we seen Trick grabbing the bottom rope and pulling it back so Cameron Grimes can grab the rope. And then he tries to pin Carmelo while he's in the crossface, but Carmelo kicks out too because he had to let go of the crossface in. And then at the very ending of this match, we seen Carmelo grabbing Cameron Grimes by the hair, pretty much making him have like a whiplash on the top rope and stuff. And then Carmelo climbs up the top turnbuckle, jumps off with a flying leg drop to the back of the head on the Cameron Grimes while he's standing up, and then pin him for the 3 count. So yeah, Carmelo Hayes defeated Cameron Grimes tonight in a one-on-one match for the NXT North American Championship. So yeah, he has he has retained the title. Pretty good match, like I said. I'll give that match 2.5 stars. Great match between those two. But still to come later on tonight, we'll see Braun Breaker defending the NXT Championship later on tonight. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Until then. So the next thing that happened on NXT 2.0 Vengeance Day, it was a tag team match. It was the Creed Brothers versus MSK in a tag team match in the finals of the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classics. It was a pretty good match between the two. At the very ending of this match, we seen I wanted to say Nash Carter was trying to hit like a suicide dive onto one of the Creed brothers, but he got caught in the air and then got ran through like a spine buster type of move on the ground outside the ring. And one of the Creed brothers like put so much like intensity in that, like driving him into the ground, that he kind of like flipped over him standing on his head pretty much, which was freaking wild. He grabs him and then throws Carter back into the ring, and then he hits that like he started punching himself in the face, and then hits a devastating clothesline onto Carter, pinning him for the 3 counts. So yeah, the Creed brothers defeated MSK tonight in the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. So yeah, they have won the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classics, and now they get a future NXT Tag Team Championship shot against Imperium. But yeah, pretty good tag team match, and I'll give that match I'll give it 2 out of 5 stars. Pretty good match between those two. But still to come later on tonight in the main event, it will be the NXT Champion Braun Breaker versus Santos Escobar tonight for the NXT Championship in the main event. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Until then. So the next thing to happen on NXT 2.0 Vengeance Day, before I talk about the main event, we gotta talk about Gunther and Imperium. Pretty much they come out to the ring. You know, Imperium talking about like how the Creed brothers could go after the tag team championships, but they ain't gonna win it and all that. So that's what they was talking about. And then Gunther was talking about you know, how he's gonna be looking on for the NXT championship going after that soon, he said. But yeah, the fans was chanting Walter the whole time. So yeah, pretty entertaining stuff. But then we see Solo Sikoa come out to the ring, and he said that he's pretty much challenging Gunther in a one-on-one match. Told him how he's going to beat him down the mat. So yeah, that's what he said. But it looks like that match will be happening soon. But then we get to the main event. It was the NXT champion Braun Breaker versus Santos Escobar for the NXT championship. Now we have Legado del Fantasma outside the ring, pretty much. And at the ending of this match, we've seen Braun Breaker beating down Phantasmas. And then while the referee was getting distracted and stuff, he turns around and then he gets hit with a super kick by Dolph Ziggler. So yeah, he interfered. And then Santos goes for the pin. Braun Breaker kicks out at 2. And then Ziggler was getting frustrated outside the ring. He gets into the ring, but then he gets dragged right back out by Tommaso Ciampa. And then he gets and then them two starts brawling, going backstage and stuff. And then at the very ending of this match, we've seen Braun Breaker picking up Santos Escobar in a military press, and then drops him down with the power slam, pinning him for the 3 counts. So yeah, the NXT champion Braun Breaker defeated Santos Escobar for the NXT championship. So yeah, he has retained the title. Pretty good match. I'll give the match 3 out of 5 stars. Like I said, pretty good match. But for tonight's WWE NXT 2.0 Vengeance Day, the whole show, out of 10, I'll probably give it 8 out of 10 stars. It was a pretty good Vengeance Day, with the Creed brothers winning the Dusty Rhodes Classics, Braun Breaker retaining the NXT Championship, Toxic Attraction retaining the NXT Women's Tag Team Championships, Carmelo Hayes retaining the NXT North American Championship, and Pete Dunne winning the Weaponized Steel Cage match. It was a pretty good show. So yeah, if you haven't yet, go check out the show. The whole show's pretty good. But yeah, that has been my WWE NXT 2.0 Vengeance Day reviews. Like, subscribe to TNW Wrestling on YouTube. Subscribe to my other channel, World of Chris. Subscribe to this channel, Chris Medeiros. And follow me on Twitter, Instagram. Yeah, I'll be down there in the description box. And I'll see you guys later for tomorrow night's AEW Dynamite reviews. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Until then.